this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in life. Rise Awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
Wow. So,
We get to hear this craziness, huh?
yeah. Okay. Backstage you go. Here we go. All right, so I pulled from the Shaman Dream Oracle again this week. And I have to admit that based on certain things that came out to light literally today, that I cackled out loud at seeing this card fall first. Moon Maiden. Before even cracking open the book and diving into its meaning, I was thinking, I can't make this shit up. Because it stands for new beginnings. And Alberto and Colette, who created the deck, put it so eloquently that I'm just going to share their meaning. The Moon Maiden arrives to offer you a new beginning, a new face and facet of yourself that is aching to be shown to the world. Those qualities that you have been quietly cultivating are ready for the limelight. The secrecy was important, for it protected your new face and kept what was precious close to your heart. But now it is time to come forward in full splendor. Announce the new you to yourself first. Reveal it slowly to the world, like the waxing moon. Allow others to be surprised by how mature and grown up this side of you is. Now it's time to set yourself free. The Moon Maiden belongs only to herself, and she is summoning the parts of you that challenge convention, that refuse to be intimidated, and that cannot be tamed or put inside a golden cage. The Moon Maiden invites you to shine with your own light, to have radiant curiosity, and to ask anyone who offers you a mouthful of dogma, why do you believe this is so? Question of everything others assume is a given, and do not collude with the drama around you. Become an unpredictable being, yet an eminently reliable friend. The Moon Maiden invites you to answer only to yourself and reminds you that you are not anyone's property. Be true to your soul's calling, even as some come around you, in a relationship or a job, want to capture your light inside a bottle. You know how to rise to the occasion, just as unfailingly as the moon does. When the time comes, you return to darkness and become enshrouded in mystery until you are ready to return. Immediately following her was Benefactor, talking about grace and generosity. This asks the difficult question, can you give fully of yourself without the expectation of reciprocity? Now, this has been asked recently, but it's being asked again. What if everything you needed was just waiting on the sign that you were willing to place yourself in the path of giving and receiving without expectation? When you and I are truly generous with what we have been given to put out into this world, we are shown that it returns to us. There isn't the question of worth because in this instance, it doesn't exist in terms of financial abundance. It just happens. Each and every human being has experienced this at least once in their life, where they gave freely of themselves and saw a beneficial return without extra provocation. It just happened. And then right after that, we had Closing Door come up for completion. Another card that made me cackle when I saw it before even looking to see what the description had to say. Now, again, I couldn't reword this better to bring the message. When the closing door shows up, it's a call to recognize an ending. to terminate a relationship, job, task, or situation that has been dragging on far too long. Unlock the cage you've been trapped in and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine. Consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's calling. It's time to walk out the door. If you do not see a door but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be wrong in order for you to do what you've known you needed to do for a long time. If the door to a project or a relationship has been closed to you, stop knocking on it. You've tried that already and no one answered, at least not in the way you would have liked. Take this as a gift, difficult and painful as it might be. Move on. Every door that shuts is an invitation to find another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier than later. How many of us leave a relationship or job years after we knew it was time to move on? Stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why things did not work. It is keeping you from a greater calling. Bow deeply before that closed door. Give thanks to the lessons and set yourself free. We're not done yet. We also have Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. As you leave the old door that you just walked away from closed, this card is asking you to trust the process. There's going to be turbulence for a bit, but hey, that's okay. Dust, like clouds departing, always settles. And once the dust settles, you will see what you've been working towards. Leaving the past behind can be like the Tower card in traditional tarot readings, and this card is very similar in its meaning. Sometimes we need to see everything turn to dust and get caught in a whirlwind so we can find our way out. The ground needs to be stirred up so a new foundation can be laid that is stronger than the one before. This is a card of opportunity through calamity and chaos. And finally, farther gate. Bold step forward. Could not have had a better card to end this reading with. Because after you close the old doors that kept you trapped and you walk through the gates of the fortress walls that were surrounding it, you'll see that there's another to be found. It may be miles away to reach, but it sits waiting for you to arrive. This is where the real you can come alive and thrive. It seems insurmountable to reach, but with persistency and consistency, you can. And this card truly believes that you will. But you have to believe in you first. Just like the Moon Maiden and Closing Door talked about. If you've been complying with what you've known to not resonate or be in your best interest, but still put the sign in the window. That's a reference that was made recently about a certain country where merchants would place a sign in their windows saying, "Workers of the world unite," letting everyone know that they were complying with rules that they may or may not have been in alignment with. The whole reading is an invitation to take the sign out of the window, if new beginnings are truly calling you.
Yes, but as Bubble Kitten says, the process sucks elephant ears.
No denying. No denying.
All right, guys, guess what time it is? All right, let's see if he was right about the first card that's showing up tonight. We have our good old friend, the Tower. This is the card of sudden truth, collapse of illusion, divine intervention, and necessary destruction. This is not chaos for punishment. It's chaos for liberation. Something false, unstable, or soul draining can no longer survive. The universe is pulling the plug on what was built on fear, ego, and denial, or outdated identity. Don't cling to what's falling apart. Ask yourself, what is being destroyed so something truer can exist? The Tower rewards courage, not resistance. All right, next up, crossing fire today is Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card of conflict, competition, ego clashes, inner turmoil, and scattered energy. The Tower didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened because too many voices, agendas, or fears were fighting for control. This could be external drama or internal self-sabotage. Stop fighting every battle. Choose alignment over winning. Not every conflict deserves your energy. All right, next up. In the foundation, we have the Six of Wands. The meaning in this one is victory, recognition, validation, success, and being seen. Deep down, this is about wanting to be acknowledged for who you truly are, not who you had to become to survive. Own your wins without guilt. You are allowed to be proud of yourself. Stop shrinking yourself so that others feel comfortable. In the past influence, we have the Page of Wands. Sparks of inspiration, youthful courage, and the beginning of a passion. This situation began with excitement, curiosity, hope, or a bold idea. There was genuine fire here. Reconnect with the original spark, but with wisdom. What was I truly excited about before fear entered is what you need to think about. All right. Next up, in your conscious goal or your higher calling in this reading is judgment, awakening, karmic reckoning, life calling, rebirth, truth revealed. You're not just changing a situation, you're answering a soul level call. This is a no more pretending moment. Stop negotiating with your identity. This is your rebirth, not your breakdown. All right, in the near future, Seven of Wands, defensiveness, standing your ground and fighting for your truth. After the Tower, you won't be passive anymore. You'll defend your values, boundaries, and vision. Stand firm, but don't harden your heart. Confidence without cruelty. Boundaries without bitterness. All right. Yourself right now and your inner state is in the Seven of Cups. Illusions, confusion, fantasies, too many options, and emotional fog. You're sorting through dreams, fears, and possibilities. Some are real, some are escapism. Some are trauma-based hopes. Is this intuition or wishful thinking? Clarity comes when you choose truth over fantasy. All right. Next up, in the external influences, we have the Ten of Wands. This is overwhelm, burdens, responsibility, and emotional labor. Others may be placing expectations on you, or you've been carrying too much alone. Drop what was never yours to carry. You are not responsible for everyone else's emotional survival. All right, in the hopes and fears, we have the Three of Swords. Heartbreak, betrayal, emotional truth, grief. You both fear pain and crave emotional honesty. You'd rather be hurt by truth than comforted by lies now. Let grief be a teacher, not a prison. Healing begins when you stop minimalizing your pain. Last but not least, in the outcome, we have the Knight of Wands. This is your trajectory. Bold action, passion, movement, risk, and creative fire. This ends not in stagnation, but in motion. You're stepping into fearless, expressive, unstoppable version of yourself. Move boldly, but consciously. Passion is powerful when guided by purpose. I was going to round up that. However, I want to, during my talk, I will come back and we will discuss the significance of why there were so many wands in this reading. And so that is the end for now. Whoa, those weren't aligned this time, were they?
But
Sometimes
yes, I was right because it was the Tower that I felt in your deck come out. The fact that the Dust Devil actually compared itself to the Tower.
Yeah.
I was like, this is coming up.
Gotta be the Tower. It's coming out tonight somewhere.
It's coming up. Yeah, and Bubble Kittens will be one of the few, and maybe Cash in the live chat, who understands how much confirmation of certain things I will talk about after the next set came to light. So, it'll just get better in time.
Wake up, dumbasses spell on all of us. Oh gosh, Michael, I wish.
Make sure that you are putting the correct emphasis on the absolute syllable. Otherwise, it won't
Syllable.
work and you'll just create explosions everywhere. I can't begin to tell you how aligned my collective was with me today. New beginnings, stepping out of comfort zone, doing what I have been called to do without the expectation of reciprocity, dealing with the dust devil, doors closing, new beginnings, looking for that next gate. Why do I say that? Because I'm taking the sign out of the window. It's one of the harder decisions to have to come to. But I also know that I cannot stay in a place that is so misaligned with everything that I teach and everything that I share. So the Clocks app, as people enjoy calling it in other platforms, I will probably begin working my way out and finding a new platform, newer platform, or who knows, maybe even here, to reach out and make that impact. There's a little confusion as to what the Clocks app is. Do I need to spell it out? I don't want to. But it's one of those things that I cannot share with other people to make difficult decisions, knowing that they resonate with those decisions to better their own lives, if I don't do the same. To say, make that uncomfortable step. It's going to be messy. It's going to hurt. You're going to feel the void. You're going to feel certain things that are going to prevent you and not do what it is that you know you have to if you want to get to where you want to go. I can't step into any kind of role of leadership if I can't do it myself. And this isn't a pat on the back, oh, look at what Brindel's doing type of moment. It's not that at all. Because there's a larger, more painful picture going on that far too many are ignoring and complying with, keeping their signs in their windows and just continuing on. It'll pass. It'll just be a fleeting moment. Give it time. And if you listen to any of the shows or any of the talks that anyone on Awakenings or even Rise have given, you know. We can't align with that. I can't align with that. So I'm taking the sign out of the window. It will be soon. Because I believe in a better way of being. I believe in rising and not complying. And anybody who knows me knows that I fight compliance tooth and nail. And anybody who follows me over on the Clocks app, please, so that you know where I'm going, click all the other buttons in the link tree. Follow in Facebook, in the Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Change won't happen. The kind of change that is needed if we sit back and comply, knowing that all of the promises we get to hear from those that we place in positions, entrusting with our livelihoods and our lives, have turned their backs far too often. A friend of mine and my stepfather's said that we are the people, and we are responsible for everything. Because here in the United States, we are the people. And that's not enough.
As Heathery said, I approve of this message.
Normally, you know how much how much disdain I have for bringing this here.
We this is against our own rules. But it's affecting too many people now.
Yep. So this is my stand. You have fun. Bye.
Bye. Okay. All right, Jonathan. I see you. All right, guys. So I'm not going to get into anything else because wait till you hear this. This is just crazy. All right. So this, in my reading today, whether or not you noticed, we had the 5, the 6, the 7, the 10, the page, and the Knight of Wands. Do you know how rare that is that we have 6 out of the 10 cards in that huge deck come out and all be wands? And there's a reason for that. And when you hear the explanation of what the wand stands for, it'll make total sense. And again, we can't make this shit up because you know damn well we didn't compare readings and we didn't do this before. Anyway. All right. So wands stand for fire, willpower, identity, purpose, creativity, sexuality, and spiritual drive. Having this many wands in a Celtic cross is huge. Symbolically, it means this is not a logical situation. It's a soul and identity complete transformation. You're not just changing circumstances, you're reclaiming your power. Suppressed passion, anger, and creativity are erupted. You're being pushed into leadership, visibility, and your authenticity. Energetically, it suggests you've outgrown a life built on survival. Your spirit is tired of being quiet. The universe is saying, stop living like a candle when you are the wildfire. Shadow meaning of a wand overlord is overlord? Wand overload. I don't know, that was a Freudian slip or what. But anyway, burnout, impulsiveness, rage described as empowerment, and confusing passion with chaos. The message here is that this reading was about conscious fire instead of destructive fire. Okay? No more reacting, exploding, improving. This is about creating, leading, and becoming. It is time. And this speaks to everything else we talked about tonight. It's time to stand up, be your fire. We can do this. And that is all.
That's all, she says. You know, over in the Raven's Prophecy Tarot deck, the Page of Wands is a singular matchstick that's lit.
Yeah.
And it's the spark of an idea that will fade if not acted on. Quite interesting, that. Polyjammers. I am the wand overlord.
I think had a couple Freudian slips in that, I think.
I will get you with my fire, because I am one. All right. Coming up next. Now, doesn't happen often, but when shuffling and selecting cards as they fall out, when they fall out on their side, I listen. Because it means you're in that tween. Okay? So you got the Two of Earth, which is the Two of Coins, where you're juggling between decisions and also juggling between growth and things that are happening. So you're neither reversed or upright, you're kind of in that between. So I especially after the conversation that you and I had prior to the show, it's ironic that this card came out, and this is no surprise either. The Three of Water, Three of Cups, making sure that you recognize that you're not alone and that you are drinking from the same stream as other people, that it's meant to be shared, and that you are not what you have been told that you have been all of your life, that you are more than you realize at this particular juncture. And that's what the Seven of Wands or Seven of Fire reversed is trying to tell you. To remember that you've got what it takes to answer the calling that has sounded its horn.
I'm glad you described these sideways cards, because I had one come out too. It wasn't for her, it was for the next reading, but I was like, okay. Anyway, all right, so Bubble Kitten.
What moment was it I saw?
Yeah. You're feeling frustrated right now. And I get it. I'm right there with you. It's like, I know I'm doing the right stuff. I know I'm concentrating on the right things. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I need to let go of. Why is it in my head 24 fucking 7 hours a day? I get it. I'm right there with you. You're starting to get some understanding, though. You're having the realizations. So am I. And every time those realizations hit you, think about it for a minute. We have to realize 100% that we are making the right decision, because we know we are. This is so important right now. What do we need? Self-confidence, optimism. It will get better. And I know where you're at, because I feel that way right now too. Like, is this ever going to end? Every morning I wake up and it's the first thing on my mind, and I'm like, not again. We have to become aligned. We have to be optimistic, and we have to get our self-confidence back. We let them take it. It was, that was our mistake. It was, we let them take it. We saw red flags and we did it anyway. But we can forgive ourselves for that. We were living in survival mode. We get that. But when we're realizing time and time and time again how much better off we are now, and yet it's still like a virus in our brains every day, it's frustrating. Try to remember, I know that this is not the only situation that you've been in your life where you felt this way. And I don't even know if you're feeling this way. I just feel that you're feeling this way, and I'm feeling it with you. Think back to another situation, whether it's another relationship, another job, whatever we're talking about, for everybody else out there listening, because this won't just resonate with you. Think about it. Remember when you first got out of it? Remember where you were? Kind of in the same spot you're in now? Do you think about it anymore, though? Is it gone finally? It is, isn't it? This is going to go to. This is going to go to.
And you know what's crazy?
But it's going to.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is that a lot of times when we feel buried under by other people's judgments, perceptions, and words, the irony in that is they always leave their shovels behind. Because they are so convinced that you will not use the tools to dig yourself back out. So remember
Wrong
that.
answer. Wrong answer. Pick up that shovel. I'll pick one up too. He already picked his up today. We got this. Let's start shoveling their shit away from us.
Yeah. And like I'll be feeling tomorrow, there's going to be pains after you're exercising those muscles that you're not used to. That's okay.
It gets better.
It gets better. Semper's up, right?
Yep.
All right. You know, normally I try to avoid these type of situations coming through in the readings, but since it's a little bit loud, I hope that it's just pointing in the correct direction. But the more that I have sat with it while waiting, you're welcome. Judgment reversed. I don't know why this came to mind, if this is even happening. So if it's metaphor, take it for metaphor. If it's actual. But what this is pointing to for me is that there is legalities that are hanging over your head that are really taking a microscope at everything that's going on and looking at every little bitty detail. Like, again, whether this is reality or metaphor, that's on you. But you just know that as long as you have done everything that you're supposed to, and you're going along for the ride, sit there comfortably in your authenticity, in your integrity. Sit comfortably, nerve-wracked as you might be, because the mask is going to come off. And it's not yours to wear. It is not your own inner turmoil, torment that is coming up. It is someone else's being deflected onto you, and whether or not you decide that you want to own this as your own is again up to you.
This is where my card came out sideways. Five of Wands came back out again. Conflict in the upright, compromise in the reverse. So there's a situation, Kobe, the one he was just talking about, that you're contemplating, you're thinking about it, you got to figure out. I think a compromise is coming, and it sounds like that's probably the best outcome. How do you get the mask off, and how do you figure out what the compromise is? Well, we all know Mr. Herbert. Might be time for a little bit of introspection on the subject. Because once you do that, what comes after? Well, more wands. But at least the first time tonight, the fun wands came up, and you got the Four of Wands. So this situation needs to be cleared up so that you can have your peace and harmony. So take some time, introspect, think about it, make that compromise so that you can have your peace and harmony back.
Yeah. That part. Come forth, get your reading.
Yeah, I'm Heather.
Come here. Because Father of Water has something to say to you. He's in the reverse, but that's not a bad thing. He just wants you, and this is, by the way, King of Cups in traditional tarot. All right, Semper, you have a great night. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sweetie.
But Father of Water wants you to remember very distinctly that you are a light. And you have so much to offer this world and who comes in contact with you. You touch people's lives in a positive way. At least 92% of the time. I mean, if they rub you the wrong way, then, well, I feel bad for that 8%. But you have a unique endurance. You have a unique ability to keep fires going that need to be held. And you don't give yourself enough fucking credit. Daughter of Air, Page of Swords. You have the knowing. You have the ability. You have the intuition. You know when to reach out to somebody. You know when they are in pain and just need a light. Honor it. Fucking honor it. Own it. Live it. Be it. Breathe it. Because you can.
Heather, I can't believe what just happened when I was doing your reading. Basically, Five of Wands is back, and he came out sideways. The other direction, but it doesn't matter. It was the same card, and it came out sideways. So, again, there's been conflicts. You're working on them, and you're reaching a compromise. You need to get to that compromise. And what did she have? She had the Hermit. Well, you got the Hangman. Basically, kind of the same thing. It's time for some self-reflection, some looking inward, some trying to time to figure out what it is that you need to do about this situation, because same, the Queen of Wands. Your self-confidence, your optimism. God, you are so amazing. Inside, outside, you're beautiful on the outside, you're beautiful on the inside, you're talented, you have spark, you have everything going for you. Get it. This was in the upright, so that energy is coming. Grab hold of it. Go look at things from a different perspective. Maybe this needs to be looked at differently for you to get here. I don't know, because I don't exactly know what it is, but you know. Take some time and get here. This is so you. You're so amazing of a person. I want to see this come out of you and shine. I want to see the crown on that beautiful blonde head of yours.
And the Queen of Wands also can tear somebody down
Oh, yes, you can.
or lift them up. She holds a flame rose in her mouth,
See if I can just-
where sometimes it's on fire and sometimes it's just love. One of the most regal, royal, loyal, yet don't cross
Yes,
in tarot.
but yeah, don't cross her path. Don't cross my.
But what we need to get you to is knowing the difference internally.
Yeah.
And that's your journey. Polyjamus is probably like, oh shit, what are they going to say to me? Well, I'm going to tell you that whatever you've been doing, you're on the right track. The finish line is, almost here. You're getting there. Victory is assured, insured. Too bad there's this in the background. Reversed Five of Cups. That internal voice, that shrouds, that one that isn't there anymore, the one that causes this head to hang. Why? It's in the past. It don't matter, as Rafiki says. It don't matter. It's not here. This is a shadow. You deserve greatness. So look within. Grab that feminine. Because I see the masculine. I see that take charge. I know what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to do what I have to. And God fear the person who crosses me in that path. Let's bring in that divine feminine. Let's make her gentle again. Let's warm her up so that she can be who she was meant to be. With the brute strength of the masculine.
More wands. All right, I'm going to show you all. Every one of the wands, except the King of Wands, I think, has come out so far tonight. All right. I'm going to show you all 3 years together because they basically just kind of go together. All right, so 8 of Wands, Page of Wands, and then you got your 4 of Pentacles. That kind of goes along with what he just said. Something's coming in fast, and it's got your curiosity. However, what are you holding on to? I knew when he said what he said about what's in your brain, that's what you're holding on to. That's what's stopping. There's something that's got you super curious, and it's coming in fast, and it's a good thing. I can feel it, but you're holding on to something. Let it go. Let it go.
Come on, Elsa.
But don't bring Elsa back here.
but she's going to watch the replay. So Karen, this is for you when you watch the replay. I started off with the Six of Wands. 4 cards fell out for you on my end. And this is one of those things where you are so close. So close. You're literally on that precipice of really and truly stepping into who you are and what your quote unquote mission in this life is. You are so close. But one of the things that gets in your way is you. King of Cups reversed. Because the King of Cups has no problem telling you about emotions, about being able to step into who you are gently and being completely understanding. But also, what uprights this card is knowing when to do it and how, so that it's not coming across as direction. And that's where a lot of times the trip up happens, is that it comes out, oh, I have to tell you this right now, and there's no hold back, but it's telling you, Two of Swords, to know when to hold back. Usually this is a card talking about unbinding yourself. Okay, well, unbinding yourself and from how you've always operated, where it was, I feel this, I have to say this, you're going to hear it now. To knowing when, so that you can step into that King of Cups and give the information that is coming through. We've had this conversation before. And sometimes it still trips you up. The Chariot. You're riding in the chariot on the right road, on the right path. But let's take those road bumps out and let's learn to steer a little bit more.
Yes, the Queen of Wands is back. She's in the reverse this time. This is where I think you get yourself, and this is what he just said. It's not what you say, it's how it comes across that you need to be careful of. Bring out that honest, wise, there he is, King of Wands. And think about what you say and how it's coming across to other people. It's not, you're going to get there. You got your self-control. That's what you got to get a hold of, is that self-control that controls what comes out. Not what comes out, but how it comes out. And potentially when it comes out. I just got an and when in my head. You're honest. You're so honest, and you are so smart, and you do have a lot of knowledge about so much, and it's generally very correct. It's just how it comes across sometimes, and that's the part that you need to look at, so that you get your self-control. Get that self-control out of it. There, you're, like he said, you're so close. That's the tiny bit that's holding you back.
I mean, we've moved away from respect my authority. We've moved away from that.
Yeah.
So, Jonathan, you had 2 cards, 4 in total, but 2 cards that came out sideways. Son of Water. This is the Knight of Cups. And what this is telling me is that you are in between believing in yourself and holding on to imposter syndrome. Because sometimes the Son of Water is all about vanity. Got to look a certain way, got to act a certain way, got to be able to talk a certain way. And since I'm not meeting some of these requirements, well, I guess I'm just not good enough. Fuck that. Coming from somebody with a 2-inch dangle coming out of his ear. Fuck that. because it's blocking your transformation. This is the death card in this. You're right in between what is gone and what's coming. But the way to get out of that is to start believing in yourself and to take yourself out of the Six of Fire. This is the same as Six of Wands. But notice how in this artwork that lotus blossom is, or sunflower blossom, however you want to, whatever flower resonates when you look at it, is behind a prison of arrows. You want clarity? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And know that you can achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Because Ten of Water is right behind that as good news fulfillment. You just have to get in.
Jonathan. Ace of Cups reversed. This is basically materialism. Same thing as the vanity. Gotta look a certain way. Gotta be a certain way. Gotta do. Stop it. Because look what's behind it. Ten of Water, Ten of Cups, either way, same thing. Same card. What do you need? You got the whole world out in front of you. Take some time. Think about what you're doing. Think about what's most important. Think about where you want to be. And move forward. Go get that Ten of Water, Ten of Cups. It's waiting there, obviously. We just confirmed it. The other stuff doesn't.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by what Katla said because he says that Shinsuke Instapost said otherwise. I'm intrigued.
Okay. Ah. I'm so confused. Telling me don't grow your hair too long. Don't do this and try to do me this. Yes. Do you? You're a grown man. If you want your hair to grow long, let your hair grow. He's a grown man. I'm a grown woman. God, next time I'm on this show, I'll be another decade. I'll be 60 years old the next Monday. Well, Sunday, but by the time I'm on the next show, I will be. And my mother still tells me to cut my hair. I'm not doing it. It's not her business what my hair looks like. It's not anyone's business what your hair looks like. Stop worrying what other people think. God, I know somebody right now whose neck I'd like to wring because I realize his whole life is about what everyone else thinks of him. And it's ruining who he is. It's completely turned him into the person that I know, away from the person that I know he really is in his heart. But he's never going to be that person because his vanity and his insecurities and his everything else are ruling his life. You know better. Be yourself. Be who you are. Oh, I can't wait to share the meditation that came out before tonight. You got this, Jonathan.
You really do. And I have been told, well, I don't think that you could really get a professional job with having a mohawk. I have had professional coaches tell me they love my look.
You tell your stepmom that. I told my mom that. Tell her you're a grown ass man. This is my hair. I will have the hair on my head that I want. What I told my mom the last time I saw her when she mentioned my hair, I said, that's your opinion. You're entitled to have it. My decision is to grow my hair. Mine keeps bringing it up too. I think I finally stopped her this time. That's it.
I am no longer having this conversation with you.
Yeah, there you go.
Walk away. Say that. Remember that. Say that.
Yeah.
I am no longer
Write it down
having
if
this
you have to.
conversation with you, because that is the easiest way to shut down a narcissistic statement like that. Okay? What's your soul truth?
Oh, my soul
Or your
truth.
soul meditation?
Soul meditation, man.
Whichever soul we're listening to.
It's the soul meditation this week. I pulled them both, but this one, before the show, this one says it all. May you know your voice. May you know your voice.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Right? It's a powerful force that comes from deep within you. It tells the world your stories and reveals your emotions. It can share where you're from and the strength of your conviction. It is your body vibrating your truth for the world to hear. Use your voice for the powerful instrument it is, and speak your truth. There you go.
You have been card walloped.
Yes, you have.
Waves of fire, Phoenix. Ride the waves of change with confidence so that you can follow the path of the Phoenix. Follow your unique journey with confidence.
Love you too, Polly. Love.
Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken in life. Rise awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings. Let's rise together.